I can tell what the comments are going to be like. Lego, what are you doing, bro? Are you a Blue Jackets fan all of a sudden? You've made videos about Domi, you've made videos about the Jackets wanting centers, and now you're talking about Laine again, bro. No use hiding it now, you're a secret Blue Jackets fan, we can tell. And you know what? My defense of that, just like the Buffalo Sabres, the fact is, these teams are in such terrible states in terms of the stories and the storylines that we just cannot help but talk about it because it's entertaining, it's weird, it's peculiar. So, today we're talking about Patrik Laine because, hey, what do you know? John Tortorella strikes again, and his star player from the 2016 NHL entry draft has gotten benched once again, too. Patrik Laine last night, on a night where he had 2 points, a goal, and an assist, was benched for the majority of the third period and all of their overtime. Now, this game was Columbus versus Florida, and if you take a look at what exactly Patrik Laine did, he had himself a pretty good resume pretty much up until he stopped playing. Honestly, he was honestly not bad in this one, because if you take a look at the Patrik Laine game log, he played himself 7 shifts in the first period. Okay, that's cool. He had a time on ice of 5 minutes and 15 seconds in total. Very normal stuff going on there for what would be a top 6 forward on the Blue Jackets. In the second period, he also played 7 shifts, except these shifts were significantly longer. A lot of that kind of had to do with the fact that the Florida Panthers had their own way, they had their own cycles going on as well. But Patrik Laine still, in this second period, actually ends up assisting on a goal. He's participating in the cycle with the Jackets in the offensive zone. He sends it all the way behind the net to Riley Nash, who throws it in front for a very nice goal off the stick of Oliver Bjorkstrand. That's his second in the span of 4 minutes, so that's really cool for him. But Patrik Laine, facilitating play, continuing the cycle, getting the moves going on there for the team. And he gets an assist here at the halfway mark of the hockey game. Cool. Great for him. The shift concludes, and he goes back on a few minutes later at 15:45. And unfortunately for Patrik Laine, he gets caught out there a little bit, and the Blue Jackets actually give up a goal here. It's the first goal of the night for the Florida Panthers, scored by Patrick Hornquist. It's 2-1. Patrik Laine was on the ice, but this time it wasn't even really Laine's fault. I'm kind of watching the replay here. I'm watching how the cycle is going on for the Panthers, and Patrik Laine, he's engaging in the play. He's trying to chop away at the puck. Sure, when the puck gets cycled out back in front, Patrik Laine doesn't go immediately attack the guy who's got it, and that's because he's blocking the passing lane to the point, to the other guy on the side there. Patrik Laine just happened to be on the ice when the Panthers went out there and cycled it, and they scored a goal. Okay, cool. It's 1 goal against for Patrik Laine, who has an assist on the night. What more could go on? And I'll tell you what goes on. Patrik Laine in the third period, hey, he gets things off hot because he gets a shift out here on the power play. And guess what he does? He does what Patrik Laine is able to do on a night-in, night-out basis. He gets the one-timer, blam, Ovechkin style, back of the net. The Blue Jackets have themselves a goal off of the stick of Patrik Laine. Mwah. All it takes is 1 shift for the guy. It lasts 39 seconds, and he scores a goal. A little bit later, Max Domi scores for the Blue Jackets, so all of a sudden it's 4-1 Columbus. Laine's not on the ice when this happens. I'm just saying it because that's kind of how the game went. It's 4-1 Columbus. Keep that in mind. It was 4-1 at about the 4-ish minute mark of the third period. And then you have the next Patrik Laine shift that goes down, because Patrik Laine goes out there at 5:48 in the period. Eventually, the Blue Jackets cycle it in the Panther zone. A Seth Jones slap shot is blocked point blank, and the Panthers pick it up and completely reverse the other way in a split second. Patrik Laine, he backchecks. He's actually moving his feet. He's going out there hard. He's using the stick, trying to interfere with the puck carrier. Now, they're still able to get the passes off, but Patrik Laine happens to just be there on the rush. He's actually skating, and eventually it's Ryan Lomberg who scores off of a very weird play. Noel Shari gets a shot on goal, it bounces up high, and Lomberg is there to swat it in baseball style. Okay, it's 4-2. Patrik Laine was involved in that rush against, but then again, so were 5 other Blue Jackets. That one was just kind of a circumstantial play where a shot block immediately gets turned over and the Panthers end up capitalizing. Okay, it's no big deal. What happens next, though? You can see that Patrik Laine, he starts his next shift, which would be, spoiler alert, his last shift, at 12:12 in the third period. However, immediately after Patrik Laine gets on the ice, The puck is centered to Owen Tippett in the offensive zone. He rips it, boom, off the post and in. Patrik Laine isn't even in the frame when this one goes in. He barely gets out there on the ice, and 10 seconds after he steps foot, it's in the back of the Blue Jackets net, and that is it. That's the last shift that Laine has in the game. He finishes up the third period with 2 minutes and 20 seconds of ice time. In overtime, which didn't take long, I mean, it was 2 minutes and 48 seconds of overtime, wherein the Florida Panthers ended up winning. Yeah, spoiler alert, I said it was 4-1 earlier Columbus. They blew it. They let in 4 straight goals. 2 of them, sure, Patrik Laine was on the ice against for 2 of them. But as I kind of saw it in the replays, didn't even really look like Patrik Laine had a part in those goals going in. It wasn't like, oh, if he just tried harder, it wouldn't have gone in. Or, oh, if he was just a little bit smarter, it wouldn't have gone in. No, he was just under some really specific circumstances, in my own opinion, watching these replays on how these goals went in. Patrik Laine said himself to the media, hey, I thought I was playing pretty good, but I guess I thought wrong. May I remind you, he had a goal and an assist in this one. He had 2 points and happens to be on the ice for 3 goals against, which isn't the best. You definitely don't want to do that, but at the same time, if you're the Blue Jackets, you don't want to blow a 4-1 lead with 15 minutes left in the third period. What are you, Toronto? Nah, Torts doesn't want to be Toronto, right? Choking away leads like that. And for Patrik Laine to get the brunt of that, it's just so incredibly hilarious to me. This is indeed what Pierre LeBrun actually said. He's starting to wonder if Tortorella really wants to be fired, believe it or not. I know it's a crazy thing to say, but he's done a lot of interesting things this year behind the bench, and it just makes you wonder. Now, of course, that is not a new topic. We spoke about this before as well, whether or not John Tortorella is secretly sabotaging himself because he wants to get fired or whatever. But if he's really wanting to do that, boy oh boy, it looks like this is the way to do it. Take a guy who scores 2 points in a game, who honestly doesn't look all too bad, who is one of your best offensive players, if not your absolute best, bench him in overtime, because obviously, you know, Barkov, Huberdeau, these guys coming back out on the Panthers side. Oh, what are you going to do? You want to win this hockey game? Let's play Foligno out there. We don't need Patrik Laine. Why would we play Laine? The guy stinks. Look at the amount of goals that went in on the other side when Laine was out there on the ice, even though there were weird bounces and one of them went in immediately after Laine stepped out on the ice. Look at how bad this guy is, right? We don't need to play this guy in overtime. What are you, nuts? And that is absolutely insane, bro. Like, I can't believe we've gotten to this point. Again! We made videos every single time talking about Dubois, he got benched. Patrik Laine, he got benched. Last time Laine got benched, you remember what he said? He said, yeah, I kind of deserved it, because he was mouthing off at one of the guys in the coaching staff, or excuse me, the assistant coaching staff. This time, Patrik Laine isn't saying any of that. He's like, no, I thought I played pretty well, but you know what? I guess I didn't. I guess I thought wrong, because the coach is out there saying that I, with 2 points on the night, was bad enough to the point that I can get benched, not play a second in overtime, when we really need these points. This Blue Jackets team is not doing as well as they thought they would. We covered this in yesterday's Max Domi video, so for Patrik Laine and the situation right now, absolute craziness. Like, really, that is incredible how things have gone down. So talk to me in the comments what you thought about this Patrik Laine situation again, because of course it's always Patrik Laine and the weird stories with this guy getting benched and all that. Tortorella, maybe he wants out, I don't know. Talk to me in the comments what you think. I hope you enjoyed this video. Trolls 99 and bye.